It's Wednesday night. You know what that means? Tell them, Canada Dry.
It's time for Baking with Burgers, starring your host, JFB. No, it's not. It's time for Dynamite After Dark.
Woo! Hit it.
Tell me what's my age. Tell me what's my occupation. Tell me what's my race. Tell me is it with inflation. Tell me what's my age. Tell me what's my race. Tell me all my sexual distaste. Tell me what you need. Tell me how you feel. Tell me all your information. I wanna know.
Kaboom! That's right. It's Wednesday night and you're watching us live. It's Dynamite After Dark. Baby. First day of November. Where the hell has this year gone? It's flown out the window. We're already in November. It's freezing cold outside. I have to start my car before I can even go. Of course, it's like that in Canada, like 7 months out of the year. But I digress. My name is the JFB.
And I am the guy who's not only exploding on your screen, I'm exploded in your heart, damn it! I'm giving you a cardiac arrest! Oh my goodness, I am the patron saint of professional wrestling. I'm that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. I'm Canada F and Dry, damn it.
Whew. Yes, he is. We are joined, of course, we're the fearsome foursome. We're like the Fantastic Four, the bad guys. We are joined directly over in that corner. We go by many names. He is, of course, GM Joe to me. But to the rest of you all in La La Land, he is Golden Graham. Say hi and how you doing, brother?
Oh, good evening, gentlemen. I'm doing great. How are we doing tonight?
I'm about 5 beers in, my friend.
Oh, nice. So now I'm going to say something. During Canada Dry's intro, I really didn't think he was going to say exploding in your heart. I thought that was going a totally different way.
Oh, whoa.
Sensors are out.
It is.
I am
It is
Captain PG Canada Dry weekly. Day
I'm
in,
just
day
saying.
out,
This
24/7.
is after dark. Sir, this is after dark. I'm just saying.
Okay, so you want me to explode in a different way is what you're saying.
That's what I thought you were going to say. I'm just
What you
saying.
want and what I'm doing are two different things, sir.
Look, I mean, if MJF can scissor with Max Caster, I mean, I guess anything can happen, right?
Well, you know, on Saturdays we have our intimate threesome.
Oh
Yeah.
So tonight is an intimate foursome. Yeah. Get out the lube, JFB.
We're joined by the smoothest, sexiest voice, if you will, in all of podcast history. He's getting daily recruited, I hear, from other podcasts around the world to come and join, but he is ours. And we will fight to keep him. We're talking about the effing expert. How you doing, brother?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in the all effing wrestling community. I am the effing expert, Mr. Isaacs, and you may catch me on your next erotic fan fiction podcast.
Ooh.
Negotiations are ongoing.
Well, of course, this is the war of 2024 for the rights to Mr. Isaacs. The bidding war of 2024.
Yeah, you're going to have to pony up, man.
Hey, Mr. Isaacs, where can we find that podcast? You know, asking for a friend.
Probably websites we can't mention here, like OF and maybe Patreon. Yeah.
And our new podcast coming in late nights, Wrestling with Sex.
First guest, Adam Copeland. No.
So we have Wrestling with the Paranormal. We have Wrestling with Sex.
Wrestling with Sex. It'll be at midnight.
Yes.
Yes.
We're joined by a noob.
Do you know what would be funny? We do the show, and we just have like the old scrambling thing, so we can't see what quite's going on. Hey, this is like my childhood. I'm gonna watch this.
And we'll Photoshop Brett to the left of us, staring at us.
Now, if I did this on this channel, who would be my first guest?
Sexton
I don't
Hardcastle.
wanna say.
I mean, let's be real. You could probably get Dallas to be your first guest. So
He would be a good one. Yeah, I could see that.
You get raunchy pretty quick. So, we're joined also by Caleb.
what's up, Caleb?
How you doing, brother?
Now, Caleb is quite the character. He comes to me today, and he goes, "I have an amazing idea for a podcast." I'm like, "Okay, what is it?" He's like, "Bad take, good take, or bad take?" I'm like, "Caleb, we did that like a couple months ago."
I'm fairly certain I'm the one who pitched that idea to you.
I don't know. You might have been me and you brainstorming. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's completely your idea, but it might have been.
So let's get started. We start with lately. We've been starting with recaps of the prior week, which I'm kind of enjoying. But we go backstage with Renee. He's got MJF. He wins. He gets the belt back. We pretty much know he's not going to win. We pretty much know he's not going to win. He even has his own list. Got a little clipboard with the entire roster. He's checking off names, checking them twice, see who will be his tag team partners tonight. Poll on the video chat, and then MJF should really consider Samoa Joe's offer, which I find very funny because he goes, "The guy tried to choke me out. The guy tried to break my neck." And here comes Roddy. And can I just say, I think we know Tony Khan listens to the podcast. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Market for Pro Wrestling Tees listens to our podcast as well. And he was wearing an Adam shirt. I thought absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. So he gets on. He comes in hot. Adam Cole hangs up. Let's go to our first match. Now, our first match is going to be Orange Cassidy. This is Claudio for the International Championship. Here's some of my notes. Great way to open the show. This should be a banger. Yuta comes out with Claudio, which will play a little bit into the overall scheme of things. Orange starts off with the soft kicks, and then we witness about 20 minutes of Claudio just manhandling and beating down Orange Cassidy. He is not getting a lot of offense at all. He's getting manhandled. Yuta looking to interfere. Here comes Hook. They get escorted out. Claudio during the picture absolutely is in complete control. I like they get flash backstage, show Yuta and Hook face to face, trying to get broken up by the guys in the back. The reverse. Orange Cassidy tries to do the swinging DDT, turns into the giant swing reverse. The submission that Claudio put on, legit. I mean, that guy, he was tying him up like a pretzel. Great win by Orange. He gets kind of the Fugazi roll up win, and then Mox decides to come out. How many of you were surprised that Mox was not bleeding either entering or leaving the ring? No blood at all on Mox. But they tuned up on him pretty well. And I was really surprised that nobody came out to save Orange Cassidy. They just let him beat the crap out of him. I'm going to go Canada Dry first. Canada Dry, my friend. Take it away.
I really enjoyed this match. This was a banger. I really liked the combination of Castagnoli and Orange Cassidy. They gel well together. But I have a beef with the finish.
Yeah.
Claudio couldn't keep his shoulders down.
Yeah.
Like, is this to give? Is this a macho head game to keep your star up, or what the hell? Like, I don't understand why can't you have your shoulders down, or is this just something he negotiated? I don't know. I don't like it. His shoulder was up. It makes the whole product look cheap when you don't keep your shoulder down.
Yeah.
It seems like the BCC is doing a heel turn here, or just Mox is doing a heel turn. They seem like they could turn on a dime. The BCC with this beat down.
Yeah, they're like the amoeba defense of the good old '90s UNLV, where you didn't have a guy on guy. It was a zone defense. They shifted and moved as the ball was being moved. That's what made UNLV such a popular team in the '90s.
Well, yeah, when you're beating down Orange Cassidy, though, you can't help but get booed, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That guy's over. The guy's over like rubber. Let's go to Golden Graham. Golden Graham, your thoughts, my friend?
Yeah, this was a great match, but I know this is going to sound blasphemous. I hope Orange Cassidy loses it soon. I don't need another long reign of him getting beat up for 20 minutes and then just getting a fluke roll-up win out of nowhere. I'm kind of over it.
Yeah, but do you want a Mox run? Because I sure as hell don't.
Yes, because I want to see what the original plan was for Mox.
Yeah,
we had a year. Why can't it be?
Because it's John frickin' Moxley. That's why.
He's only been the guy who's carried this company for quite some time. I think it'll be good. He's motivated to win this title. And honestly, we had a year of Orange Cassidy as international champion. We've already seen what we're going to get from him.
I do remember, though, our conversation, Joseph. You did actually pitch that idea for me for Good Taker Vantage. I remember because I was against it because it meant a lot of work having to post on the page. And I remember that's why it was your idea. Next. Go ahead, Mr. Isaacs, your thoughts?
Yeah, this match, I thought this was a really good match. I didn't love this match, but I thought it was really good. I thought it went a little long, especially since it was so one-sided. I mean, it was just Claudio hitting him with every kind of European uppercut and clothesline and every kind of submission hold that he could possibly knows. And it got a little long for me, I'll be honest. But I did like to see the intensity from Claudio, though. That was nice to see. I would like to see this more intense version of him more often because I enjoyed that. I wasn't a huge fan of the roll-up finish. I know the story that they try to tell with that. You know, the underdog gets beat up the whole time and then rolls up for the finish. But like Joe said, Orange Cassidy's done this several times already. And yeah, it was a good match.
What do you think about the shoulder being up?
Yeah, that's ridiculous too. That's ridiculous. Yeah, the shoulders need to be down.
You also you saw Castanelli with the look on his face.
Yeah. At first, it kind of made me wonder whether or not that was another botched finish, but I think that was the plan.
I think what happened was Castanelli negotiated this so he would look strong. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
possibility.
I don't disagree. We go back to MJF. He's in the locker rooms, and he knocks on Kenny Omega's door, and who opens it up but Jericho? Hello, Winnipeg.
Fabricant says Joe hates fun.
No, not at all.
So MJF is at Omega's door. Out comes Jericho, and then he closes the door. Then Wardlow comes out and pushes him against the wall, breaks his clipboard. As he's walking around the corner, there's the Acclaimed. So we go to Mox backstage, talking shit, of course, about Orange Cassidy. And then we go to our second match. Our second match is Brian Cage, the Gates of Agony versus the Elite, the Ring of Honor Trios titles. Here's some of my notes. Action on the outside of the ring, a little schmoz going on. The Elite on the offense early. Gates getting in some offense as well. It's good to see the Gates. These are former Ring of Honor Trios champions. Here comes Swerve. Talking about breaking into Hangman's house. What happens? Hangman jumps out of the ring and runs up the ramp. And now it's a 3-on-2. And Gates and Agony and Brian Cage basically destroyed the Bucks. And we got new champs, which I was kind of surprised, but not really surprised. And Paige and Swerve fighting backstage. So let's go with Golden Graham. Your thoughts on match number 2?
This was a fine match. I figured Swerve was going to play into the finish of this match. I just didn't think it would be like this. Kind of interesting though. Like I'm wondering if, because it feels like we're going to get a flat out heel turn from the Bucks based on what happens later on in the show, and I'm kind of here for it. Like I think it'll be good. But just want to say, at least Hangman was nice enough to tag in Nick before he ran off.
Hold on, I gotta go take care of something.
Oh, God. Mr. Isaacs, your thoughts, my friend.
I thought the match was good. I like that. I think mostly this match obviously was a mechanism for continuing the Swerve and Hangman feud, which is good. I like what they did with that. I love the realism that they're portraying between these two. It's great. I didn't think that these guys were going to hold the Ring of Honor 6-man tag titles for like a long period of time. So I'm glad to see them lose it, to be honest with you. I'm all in on a Bucks heel turn. I think they're way less likable than they are likable. And I have to say it's kind of goofy to see one of them like throwing a temper tantrum over losing the Underbrand 6-man title. I mean, they've had like all the major titles, but that's the one they get upset about.
That means they hit rock bottom when you lose that title, right?
I guess so.
I mean, it kind of makes it feel like, I took it as like it kind of makes the ROH Trios titles feel a little important because they actually wanted to win them. Like, and it's the Bucks, like you said, they've won everything, and the fact that they're upset about this kind of makes you feel like they have a little more relevance than what they did.
I could see that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Getting to dry, your turn, my friend.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, like I was really surprised that the Bucks let Brian Cage and the Gates of Agony win. I thought that it's like, oh, good, we get Brian Cage again, another win. But I guess they felt that they didn't want this shiny toy anymore. It was like, oh, you don't want it anymore. Let's go find something else. But really, I do see what they're doing. I do think it does elevate the trios titles. And I just want to say that I do not want the Elite together anymore. Like right now, like it's okay with what they're doing right now, but it's just like, do we want to see them together? Like I think break them up for like 2 years before you can put them back together. I think that I'm glad to see that the Gates are going to have the tag belts back.
Yeah, absolutely.
I also want to say Kansas is probably a little bit pissed off that they lost the belt.
I just want to hear the song. I don't care if they're together. Just play the song. Find a reason to play the damn song.
Well, you know what? We can just play the song whenever for a different reason during the show, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
We can play up to 30 seconds before we have to pony up some money.
Oh, no, we're not playing on this show, damn it.
That's copyright all day long.
Oh, as long as you play under 30 seconds, you're okay.
Okay. Well,
just letting you know.
JP's got to figure it out.
You know, well, that's interesting because I played a recording of a song for like 10 seconds and sang along with it, and they tried to copyright infringe me.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
on
I don't know if that's true on
YouTube,
YouTube.
you play up to 30 seconds, and then you have to pay the copyright.
No, it was like 10 seconds.
Well, Facebook's a little different than YouTube.
No, this was on our YouTube channel.
Was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was on my phone, and we were singing along to it.
They
Somebody
probably
can
had some lawyer scouring every video for it to make sure.
Oh, they're
Yeah, and that's what it is. If you want the 30 seconds, you got to fight for it.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Oh yeah. We get Adam Copeland. He comes to the ring with Shivani. It was really good for him to give flowers to Shivani. For those who don't know, Shivani played a huge role in getting Adam Copeland, FKA, formerly known as Edge, to come to AEW. Tony Schiavone wears a lot of hats backstage with AEW, so it was good for him to give him flowers. He talks about Sting getting in his face, respects him and Allen, talks about teaming with them, and then here comes Christian. And Christian cuts an amazing heel promo. Talks about how he's Adam needs to step back or he'll snap his neck. Christian then tells him his daughter is going to be wiping drool off his face while he's in a wheelchair. Then he gets attacked from behind by Luchasaurus. Sting comes in. Darby Allin comes in. Edge gets, of course, his spear on Christian and announces that he is going to fight alongside these two. So my question is posing to this. So we could talk about the promo, but at the end of your soliloquy, I want you to say whether or not we see Edge turn on Sting and Darby Allin. Canada Dry, you're going to go first, my friend.
We're talking about the match, the segment for it, or just the answer to the question?
Yeah, the second segment, and then go right into the question.
All right. So this segment was really good. I love seeing Edge just lay that spear into Christian. But no, I do not see Adam Copeland turning on Sting and Darby and who the hell's the other person there? Oh yeah. The Sting, yeah, that's Sting Darby. Yeah, I in fact see maybe Jungle Boy coming in and helping Christian win the match.
It'd be interesting. He's up on the men, so there's a good chance we could see him.
Yeah, like why not go back to your father figure?
Yeah.
Your heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would be actually the perfect way to bring back Jack Perry.
Yeah. It'd be a great way.
Yeah, it would be great.
I like it.
Golden Graham, your turn.
Yeah, I love this. Like, as usual, Christian doing gold on the mic. But my absolute favorite thing in this promo was when Adam Copeland got the Tony chant going, and you could hear the disgust in Taz and Excalibur. Like, oh, he must have paid Edge off. Or he must have paid Adam off. But yeah, no, I don't think that Adam Copeland is going to turn. I really think it's going to. Well, I'm surprised that they touched. I really didn't think they were going to touch until the 6-man tag match. So I'm surprised that Adam Copeland hit his spear. Yeah. But I think they laid the eggs for this. I think it's going to be that Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne turn on Christian, and Edge is going to be there to save him. I think that might be how the split will happen.
I don't think so. I think we need that one-on-one with Christian first.
Yeah.
Oh, that could happen. That could absolutely happen. But it still doesn't. I still think the turn is going to be Christian turning face to team up with Edge for that big nostalgia run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a while away.
Are we going to?
Yeah. That's why I said it's not happening like at Full Gear. I think we're like 6 to 8 months away. Like, I would love for it to be like maybe like All In, All Out next year. when all of it goes down.
Are we gonna get the set of the 5-minute photo opportunities?
5-second pose. I hope so. I love it. It'll be great.
Let's go with Mr. Expert.
I love this segment. I thought it was a lot of fun. I did think it was funny when the schmoz was going on. They were all fighting. Nick Wayne gets in the ring and realizes he's like a half second too soon. So he just kind of freezes and stands there for a minute and then waits for Edge to kick him.
Yeah.
It was just a funny.
Just like,
you kicked me already?
He just like doubled over and stood there. I'm like, that's weird.
It's just a funny little rookie mistake. It was just fun. But I like this. I loved seeing Adam Copeland, finally do the angry, sit down and squat and wait for the opponent to turn around, spear. I've been waiting for him to do one of those. And I liked it. And I don't think that he's going to turn on Sting and Darby. I agree kind of with what Aaron said. I think eventually you've got to have that big Christian Edge one-on-one match. And then who knows what they'll do with it after that. But no, I don't think he's going to turn on Darby and Sting.
Okay.
Maybe, real quick, maybe the turn will be that Jungle Boy comes back and we can get Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus versus Edge and Christian as the first proper feud.
I don't hate that. Yeah.
I think this will somehow set up Sting's match at Revolution.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's funny. We talk about Christian and how Christian naturally cuts these amazing heel promos. Like we've seen inkling of it in WWE, and we really saw the full brunt of it in Impact. But he's really taking it up to the next level. And you're wondering to yourself, well, how does Christian even come up with this? It's really interesting because, see, it takes time. It's an art form to cut a promo. It's an art form to cut a heel promo as good as Christian does. And you're wondering, well, I can sit there and go on YouTube for 25 hours straight and watch heel promos that have been given all over the world by some of the great heels of all time. But you don't have to, you don't have to take 5 days off to watch nothing but YouTube videos. You have the ability to go just outside of Tampa, Florida, this little company called FTW Pro Wrestling, where it's a school run by Natalia Markova and Brian Idol, two people who are deep in the lore of the modern NWA. And so instead of us trying to expound upon that of which, how great this school is, I decided I reached out to Brian Idol. We reached out to Natalia Markova, and we're like, you guys got to give us something better than us, JFB, just rambling on in some incoherent phase.
Like 5 minutes, JFB.
I'm going to go ahead and give you what I think is a good summation, if you will, of what FTW is all about.
Determination, perseverance. These are the qualities that make a champion. Do you have what it takes to be the next wrestling superstar? Are you ready to turn your dreams into a reality? At Fight the World Wrestling's World Wrestling Academy, we can help you become the champion you were meant to be. Our world travel trainers, Brian Idol and Natalia Markova, are well-known industry professionals with years of experience in the world of wrestling. From the basics to advanced techniques, they are dedicated to help give you the tools that you need to succeed in the ring. Our training program is tailored to challenge you, push you to your limits, and help you discover your full potential. Come join our diverse group of talent. Join us at Fight the World Wrestling's World Wrestling Academy and make your dream a reality. Visit our website or contact us to learn more and start your journey to the top today.
I really enjoyed the way you did the segue. That's why I laughed, because I knew what it was leading up to. Did you see Natalia Markova's Harley Quinn costume?
Yes, it was on point.
Freaking fantastic.
That's the best Harley Quinn costume for a wrestler I've ever seen.
Yeah. It's $250 a month. He gives you the opportunity to move to Florida, get a job, Publix, gas station, dinner, whatever you want to do to earn the money. But $250 a month gets you in the ring with two NWA stalwarts in an NWA and learn from them. And you're talking basic to advanced. So sign up today, ftwprowrestling.com. Get in on the classes. And who knows? You could be the next MJF. You could be the next Christian. You could be the next Edge. You could be the next Brian
You could be
Idol.
the next Mr. Isaacs calling the matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. $250.
Tope Suicida.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing. So let's go to our third match. Well, let's go to the announcement.
You know, before AEW, I never even heard that term before.
What's
I
that?
hadn't either, but Excalibur says it like 10 times a show.
Suicida!
So we get the TK's announcement with Nigel McGuinness. I want to say something about Nigel McGuinness. For those who don't know about Nigel McGuinness is probably one of the great Ring of Honor world champions. He's got hepatitis C, therefore he's unable to perform. And it's a shame because I don't
More ways than one.
I don't think he's fantastic on the mic. I think he belongs in the ring, and it's really unfortunate. So I got a lot of love for Nigel McGuinness to still be in the ring or in the business the best that he can.
Yeah, I didn't know he had the hepatitis.
Yeah. So he gets to the announcement, and they're talking about All In next year, London 2024. Me and JJB, Jessica Baldwin, we're going to save our pennies. We're going to pinch our pennies. We're going to go to London. We're going to go watch AEW's All In because that's a dream for me, and that's a dream, I think, for her as well. So let's get to our third match of the night. We got stroke victim Matt Menard and fake switchblade comb Angelo Parker. He's taking on Jericho and Omega, both guys from Winnipeg, the Winnipeg Boys. I love the Winnipeg Boys. I love that we're getting the present and the past. We've carried that torch for that beautiful city. Winnipeg is a gorgeous city. I've been there multiple times.
The Golden Jets.
Yeah, I follow
the original name of the Winnipeg Jets was the Golden Jets. So if you know that. And
I love that city. It's one of my favorite cities in Canada, besides Toronto, because Toronto's got the Hockey Hall of Fame. So here are my notes.
Wait. Huh? You want to throw some shade at Vancouver here? What the hell?
Yeah.
Vancouver will always be the greatest place in Canada.
That's better.
Toronto's got the Hall of Fame. Nothing else, but they got the Hall of Fame, and that's what really matters. But Winnipeg is beautiful, but Vancouver is just gorgeous. Well,
I don't know if Winnipeg's beautiful. It's just it's a freaking ice tundra, man.
So Callis is on the mic. Of course, he's got the Asian shaft known as Takeshita. He's got Powerhouse Hobbs, which I thought was funny that Taz mentioned that, I'm in with Powerhouse Hobbs. We got a history. I'm in. I'm going to be okay. Jericho turning up is tuning up Matt Menard and Angelo Parker. I mean, he's really giving it to him. Really decent picture-in-picture, which I was kind of surprised. Matt Menard with the bat, decent. It would have been nice to see Matt Menard and Angelo Parker pick up a better fight. We get an early Christmas gift. Don Callis is with the stick, walking down the ramp. Talks about a street fight in 2 weeks. Who are you going to get? Omega says, I know who I'm going to get. I'm going to get Kota Ibushi. We didn't know Kota Ibushi somehow was going to be involved in a street fight. But Jericho says that he's got a friend too. Guy bigger than Powerhouse Hobbs. And then out comes Paul White, who cleans up house a little bit. And, yeah, we get a street fight in 2 weeks. It's going to be really exciting. Canada Dry, your thoughts on the schmoz at the end with Jericho and Kenny Omega?
Now, Golden Graham said that Big Show, Paul White, looked old. Okay, the
He
bags
does.
under his eyes did not look good. We'll admit that. But
That was like, well, a lot of.
he looked amazing.
Okay, when I say he looks old, I'm literally talking like just in the face.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like his face is like sort of like gravity's finally caught up to him.
If those bags under the eyes aren't there, you get the hemorrhoid cream in there, shrink the bags. And
That like, he needs to dye his beard because it's really gray.
Yeah, it's very gray. Yeah.
But what if instead of Paul White at the street fight, we get Captain Insano? I think they were holding off on that for the street fight. I think that's what it's leading to.
I think that would be
Insano's like wrestling debut.
That would be awesome. Golden Graham, your thoughts?
So I am being really dumb. Who's the fourth Cal's member? Is it going to be a returning?
It's Guevara.
Guevara? That's what I couldn't think. I was like, I completely forgot he was part of this group until just now, honestly, because he hasn't been around.
He's with Tay right now, having the baby or whatnot.
Yeah, I know the baby. Plus, I know he had a concussion. But I'm glad that this is on Dynamite and not on the pay-per-view. So I don't think this match is going to be any good. It's a street fight. I don't think
it's shot by Noob.
All elderly wrestling.
That could have been very well what they could have called WCW back in the day.
Yeah, I agree. Mr. Isaacs, your thoughts, my friend?
I thought the match was serviceable. It was all right. The schmoz at the end, I thought that was cool too. The revelation of Paul White. He came out. Did you see how hard he stiffed Kyle Fletcher with that punch? Like he looked like he kind of put a little juice behind it. The kid probably got rattled a little bit.
Well, he doesn't have to do that much to like he's he can just accidentally whacks him a little too hard.
And I think that the street fight is going to be entertaining. I think that's why they put Paul White in a match like this, because all he has to do basically is just sell and throw punches, and that's it. Because he doesn't look like he's in really good ring shape to me. Like it looks like he's a lot less muscular than he was a few years back.
His pecs are still out there.
Yeah. But so I mean this kind of makes it to where, kind of like the Sting model. He just sells and throws punches. I mean, that's all he's going to be expected to do here. And he'll do really well at that because he throws a hell of a punch and he knows how to sell. So I think it'll be an entertaining match. It's not going to be 5. Well, Meltzer might give it 5 stars. Who the hell knows? But
nope, no 5 stars. It's not in the Tokyo Dome.
Well, he did give one crappy street fight 5 stars a year or two ago. I don't remember.
That was the one with the Ortiz and Santana and
best one.
That was a good street fight though.
Yeah, but I think it'll be entertaining. I look forward to it.
So we got Renee in the back. She's with Jericho. She's with Omega. Hyping up the street fight, and then of course the Bucks acting like petulant children.
Really, the Bucks? You say?
They're being passive aggressive. Not the best shade of envy, if you will, on the Bucks. Golden Graham, your thoughts on the Bucks kind of acting like a bunch of petulant children?
I don't think they're acting like children or envy. I think they're pissed off and mad. Like they said, what's the point of getting the Elite back if you're going to go run with the Big Show and Chris Jericho? Chris Jericho, who's traditionally been a absolute thorn in the side of the Elite. I get where he's coming from. It makes sense.
Okay. Mr. Isaacs?
Ruining the chairs. That made sense too?
Yeah, it does make sense to an extent. I just the Bucks are so damn unlikable, and they're so small that like when they come in the room and act like that, all I could think of is like
Punch
Like
him in the face.
like like my middle school kid throwing a tantrum, because that's what they look like.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to see where this goes. I kind of hope that this is the Elite breaking up for a little while, and I hope the Bucks are turning heel, because they're not very likable in my opinion, and I think they work better as heels.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let's go to our third match.
Did I say something on this?
Yeah, sure you can.
I was like, did I? Yeah, but I think we definitely need the Bucks to be heels. I don't think they recovered with the fans after the whole Brawl for All and the CM Punk debacle and everything. I don't think they ever recovered fan wise.
Yeah.
So the smart thing to do is turn them heel, break up the Elite. It's not serving anyone but their egos. So just break them up. And I love Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho together. It's like, how could you not love those two?
It's a very unique dichotomy when you're dealing with Jericho and Omega talking about MJF on a podcast, because you have the past with wrestling. You have Chris Jericho. While he's still going and he's putting out really good matches, he represents the end of that era. And you have Kenny Omega, who really represents kind of the back end of the present. And Kenny Omega stating on a podcast that MJF is in fact the future of professional wrestling and the future of AEW. Now, whether or not he stays at AEW is like an entirely different story. But I like that you're getting that change of the guard. Jericho is kind of relieving a lot of his presence in the ring in order to be more productive in the back. Obviously Kenny Omega is an EVP, so he's got the business side of he's got the side of the business that he's got to take care of. So let's go to our fourth match. We're talking about Willow Nightingale versus Sheeta. Here is some of my notes, if you will.
If you wail.
Huh?
If you wail.
Least impressive run, not just for Sheeta, but for the belt itself. This has not been a good run. This has not highlighted the title. Sheeta doesn't look, I throwing her in a match with Abaddon for Halloween just did not sit well with me. I thought it was very lame and very overly produced. I felt like Vince was booking this shit. Slow paced so far. Like, this has been a slow paced match. Sheeta in control during the picture-in-picture. Willow getting her licks in. The women's division needs a large contender, and I don't know, in all honesty, that Toni Storm is that contender. I think the loss.
She's not. She's gonna win the belt. So
yeah, I mean, the loss of the Britt not being there, Thunder Rosa not being there, but Jamie Hayter not being there, I think hurts that division tremendously, because she was a legit champ. She had that legitimate champion swagger that I think is missing.
I think Jamie's getting close. She's posted some gym pics and she's looking good.
Yeah, she's looking fan-freaking-tastic. And like, I feel like if she joins, it will force AEW to start bringing in like Monet Money and several other Japanese wrestlers that are coming from Shimmer that can come over here and ply their job and ply their work.
Instead of talking about this match, let's just quickly divert because as long as you're only booking one AEW women's match, a match, like, what's the point in bringing any of these names in?
Exactly.
It's just too rough. Like, if you can't get more than one match a card, it's rough. Like, how do you build anything?
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
it's just like you could bring in Mercedes Monet, you bring in Natalia Markova, you can bring in all these names, but if you're not getting more than one match, like, and how was this like 5 minutes?
It was about 7.5.
Yeah, it wasn't a long title match. Like,
Oh,
ugh.
listen. And Willow got some offense, and Sheeta obviously had more offense than that. At the end of the match, here comes Tony Storm. Uh, she needs to get physical. My initial thought was she needs to get physical with Sheeta. And we finally get it. They finally touch. She chases her into the back. Then the lights go out. Of course, Julia Hart shows up, and she confronts Willow, offers her hand. Sky Blue gets into Julia's face, sprays her with the mist. And that's what we get. So we get Julia Hart. I think they kind of, I don't know. I think they kind of just scrapped the storyline.
Well, I think they're building two sort of demon characters against each other.
Yeah.
Julia Hart and Sky Blue. Let's get the boys' thoughts on this.
Yeah. Golden Graham?
Just on what, the post-match thing?
You can talk about the women's division. You can talk about the post-match. You can just tell us whatever.
I absolutely hated the post-match thing with Sky Blue. Yeah. I was really interested in her actually, like, maybe feuding with Willow, siding with the House of Black or something. And this is indicative of what Tony Khan thinks of the women's division, probably. He just changes on a whim. Like, if I'm someone like Mercedes Monet, I'm not signing any long-term contract with AEW.
Yeah.
Not until he shows more of a commitment. There's no point. Yeah. Like, I thought when they brought in Saraya, like, this would be the way to turn around and take the women's division more seriously, but if that didn't do it, nothing's going to do it. So,
yeah, I agree, Mr. Isaacs.
Yeah, the women's division is in bad shape right now, and this match sucked. Like, let's just be honest. I mean, they look like they were wrestling underwater for most of the match. Like, when they would run off the ropes, I mean, they had this awkward thing where, like, Willow did a cartwheel, but it looked like she did it in, like negative 5.2 speed. Yeah. And then the same thing when Sheeta was bouncing off the ropes. I mean, she looked like she was basically, like, tiptoeing and moving in extreme slow motion. It just wasn't good for me. I didn't think it was a very good match at all.
Jeremy, don't you think that Sheeta needs a good wrestler to look good?
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I think Willow's good, but
they don't have that chemistry.
She needs that, like, Serena Deeb type to bring out a good match in her.
Well, Serena Deeb is phenomenal, right?
Yeah, I just did not. I was not impressed by this match at all. The post-match schmoz was all right. I mean, I love Tony Storm and what they're doing with her. They're going to put the title on her. We know this. The Julia Hart thing, I don't know. We'll see where it's going. It doesn't really pique my interest too much, to be honest. This was just
it's a little weird having. It feels like it feels forced. A little side note, Serena Deeb was backstage last week at AEW, so we'll see if we see any news like that coming out.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hopefully, because they need her.
I agree.
All right, JFB, let's get into the final match.
Well, we'll get into the final match. We got Willow Nightingale. We get into the back with MJF. He's a lonely man on an island. The Acclaim show up again, and then Double J and his crew show up and offer their services as well. We go with Renee in the back. She's hanging out with Roddy and the Kingdom. I love the fact that they have an Adam shirt. I think that Ryan Barkin listens to us. He's a religious listener of the show. I like the fact that he's got a shirt that says Adam. I think it's absolutely fantastic. We get Renee in the back with JJ offering their services. Renee with Roddy in the Kingdom. Yeah, I can see this finally go down on a. I just I see it as you know I can see it as a short term storyline. Getting Roddy and them. So we get to our fifth match. Holy cow, we're killing time here.
Number 5, a $5 footlong match.
$5 foot long, baby.
We get the Bullet Club Gold, the Bang Bang Gang. And they're going to be playing the Acclaimed, who come out first, and then MJF comes out dressed in pink. By the way, pink trunks, pink scarf. He looks like what's her face from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Here comes the champion pink. I don't think he's a fan of it. He played it off like he was humiliated and he was made fun of. Good to see the Acclaimed wrestling again. Daddy Ass versus his boys, which I thought was really good.
Did anyone understand the rap that was going on? Because I didn't
understand
I censored half of it.
I was like, what are they even saying?
He said something about Rick Pitino because they're in Louisville, so I got that, but I didn't catch any of the rest of it.
Yeah,
me neither.
It's good to see the Acclaimed wrestling. Daddy Ass with versus the boys. Love is not heaving or healing with schedules to top an early program. I think is what it needs, and eventually someone with the back costing the challenger, the champions.
Let's just get into what you guys thought of it. Jeffy, what'd you think of this match?
I thought it was actually really good. The action was consistent. That's the key. It was consistent. I love the fact that we got to see Daddy Ass versus his sons. But I love the fact, and I'm old school wrestling fan, and in old school wrestling, the champ and the challenger don't really touch each other until you get to the pay-per-view. Because they want you to buy that pay-per-view, and the best way to buy is by saying, hey, these guys aren't touching, but at some point they're going to, and boom. It's exactly what they do.
The other way to do it, JP, is to believe that this other guy's unbeatable, which Jay White has been to this point.
That's correct.
You just make the challenger unbeatable, and it seems like no one can beat Jay White. And so MJF actually pinning Jay White is going to be a huge accomplishment for him. So, going good. What do you think of this match?
I think the match was fine. I think it was a mistake to have Jay White pin MJF. I'm kind of over. I feel like this storyline of Jay White parading around with the title is going to do him a disservice later on down the road when he actually wins the title, because it's not going to feel as special. It's not because we've had this for like a month now where he's running around with the title. I don't think it's going to do any good things for Jay White in the future.
No, not at all. Not at all. Freaking not at all.
Jeremy?
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen the devil appear here at the end just to build more hype to that.
Yes.
They're not using this devil thing enough, man. They need to push it.
I think
more.
it's coming at the pay-per-view, though.
It's gotta be. That's gotta be when. I thought this was a good match. I mean, it was nothing that set the world on fire, in my opinion, but I like the stories that were told in it. Yeah. I like the story of Billy Gunn fighting his sons in the ring for the first time. I thought that was really cool.
You know what? I didn't pick up on that until JP just said it just now.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think about it until literally they were in the ring together, and I was like, oh, shit, they're in a match together against each other. It's for the first time. That's pretty cool. I love Jay White. Obviously him going over MJF so much is basically kind of choreographing that what we all do anyways, that MJF is going to get the win here. But it's going to be a great match. And, I thought this was a good main event. I mean, It didn't blow the door off the hinges, but it was good.
The interesting thing is that Full Gear is that Jay White will come to the ring with the belt, I think.
Yeah.
Which would be this would be like the first time this has ever been done.
Yeah.
I've never seen this. Has any of you seen this before? Where
I don't think so.
Like this
Not
would be
that I
first,
can think of.
which is cool. Let's give our flowers, guys.
Let's do it.
I mean, let's do it. I mean,
Yeah, but you go first.
I'm going first.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, ultimately, after coming off of last week, and after coming off of what I thought was probably an amazing go-home show for not a large project or an episode like a pay-per-view, ultimately, I was disappointed. I thought the women's match suffered. I thought that the Claudio and the Orange Cassidy was a huge match, and that's my favorite match of the night. My favorite segment is Don Callis. Actually, it's a tie between Don Callis and Christian. I think that both of them cut amazing promos to further the story. I love the fact that MJF didn't touch Jay White for a majority of that match. I like the fact that they kind of stayed away from each other. Overall, I'm going to give it about 3 stars. I was disappointed in it. I didn't think it was absolutely horrible, but there was a lot of missed opportunities.
3 stars isn't horrible.
Yeah, 3 stars is not horrible. Canada Dry, your turn, my friend.
All right. My favorite match is definitely the Orange Cassidy and Claudio match. My favorite segment of the night is Big Show coming out and just clocking Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah.
Boom. And I'm going to give this show a 3.57.
Wow. Okay. Trying to make math complicated for the.
That's what I do.
That's what he does.
Golden
like Golden Web can't figure that out, adding a 7 at the end. Oh, I real tricked him, didn't I?
It's your turn, my friend. Give us the flowers and number of bells, my friend.
So my favorite match was Orange Cassidy and Claudio. My favorite segment was Christian. But I don't know. This episode just fell flat for me this week. Like, it just felt like normally I can sit and watch Dynamite and the time flies, and it didn't this week. It felt like it crawled. And because of that, I'm giving this like 2.75 bells. So,
Mr. Isaacs?
Yeah, for me, match of the night is going to be Claudio and Orange Cassidy. Segment of the night, I like the Adam Copeland and Christian Cage moment in the ring. And as far as overall bell rating, I was not a huge fan of the show. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. This was just a very mid-tier show for me. Coming off a very hot show last week, which I gave my highest rating to, I believe, of all time. This one, though, it underwhelmed me. It's very average. I'm going with 2.5 bells.
All right. While Golden Graham tallies this up, while you watch this trailer for the Kill City Cup, you can head on over to killcitycup.com or just search them on YouTube here or look in the description if you're not watching live. Here's the Kill City Cup.
Welcome to the Kill City Cup.
I think GFP has fallen asleep. This is the first one. This is for anything. What are the tallies?
Our average is 2.955 this week.
Oh, that's an all-time low, is it?
I think so. Yes. I don't think we've really gone too much lower than that.
I think that's not fair. I don't think this is the worst show we've watched.
Is this really the worst rating ever?
I don't think so.
Surely not. There were a couple that I think were worse.
Badly.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't work out, our rating system. And I've seen worse episodes.
I think part of it is just... Yeah, it's weird. I think part of it is just because of the build to the show and last week. I think it's sort of...
Yeah. And I think that's what happens when you have a really good show, and then the drop up is so huge because
you're grading on a curve.
How good that was.
Yeah, if you go from a great show to a very mid show, then that curve it's just going to dip pretty low there. Yeah.
I guess we're not going to plug anything right now. We're just going to, on behalf of the Sleeping Beauty GFB.
You sure you don't want to plug like My Pillow or something?
On behalf of the F and Expert, on behalf of Golden Graham, F and Expert, why don't you see us out with the Just Keep Fighting speech?
Guys, we've all got issues in our lives that really drag us down, whether it be financial, relationship-wise. I've had a hell of a lot of those this year. You've got family issues, you've got health issues, you've got issues with your friends, your job, whatever. What you've got to remember to do is you have to believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, you're going to have a hard time finding other people to believe in you. We all believe in you. I believe in you. Golden Graham, JFB, when he wakes up, Canada Dry, we all believe in you. And you've just got to remember, believe in yourself. You can do this. You're strong. You're powerful. You're a member of our community. We love you. Put your fist up. Just keep fighting.
Let me see where I can find the outro because I wasn't even ready to do this. Goodbye.
This has been an effing worldwide media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effing wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effingwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.
Sweet dreams, baby.